Hello, and welcome to the International Campus for Project Management Education.
In this activity, we introduce the 13th task of the planning domain. Domain 2, Task 13. What is expected of a certified project manager for this task? What will be your role in achieving this task successfully? Let's review what this task is about. PMI provides a comprehensive description of this task in the 2016 RDS. Please take note of the important keywords as we go through the first reading of this definition. Develop the stakeholder management plan by analyzing needs, interests, and potential impact in order to effectively manage stakeholders' expectations and engage them in project decisions. What key concepts included in this description resonate with your project management's knowledge and experience? What challenges do you already recognize? To achieve this task successfully, we have to examine real-world competencies in project management that are associated with this task. We will address 4 important concepts: interrelation between business requirements, customer satisfaction, stakeholders, and project success. By connecting the dots between these key concepts and the best practices, principles, and definitions presented in the PMBOK guide, we will set a solid foundation to kick off our learning journey. We all have knowledge gaps. Which ones do you have? What is your recollection of the principles discussed in the PMBOK guide associated with this task? What do you already know and what will you need to revisit? Filling your knowledge gaps is a critical step to reinforce professional competency and further enhance your performance. This focus activity will help you define your personal learning needs. On the next screen, we will present the first set of learning objectives. Review them carefully. Learning objectives. Competency. We have identified the first set of 3 learning objectives that are essential to reach professional competency. Through the variety of learning activities, we will guide you to recognize factors that indicate your key stakeholders understand the project charter. Identify similarities and differences between high stakeholder engagement and low stakeholder engagement with the project charter. List at least 3 ways to engage your stakeholders with the project charter up front. Do you foresee how these objectives can help you develop competencies to conduct this task efficiently? Which ones are the most important for you? Use these objectives to identify your current knowledge gaps. By meeting this first set of learning objectives as you progress and complete the activities in this course, you will gain enhanced competencies associated with this task. You will be able to describe the main components of a PMI-RDS task, connect this task with theoretical knowledge included in the PMBOK guide, and self-assess the level of readiness and awareness of your organization and own practice to achieve this task. Because we want to share with you real-world knowledge that is not found in books, we have set additional goals to address the learning curve awaiting you beyond competency. Do you dream of becoming this project manager who is outperforming expectations and consistently achieving superior business results? High performers invest in personal development. They assess their weaknesses and strengths to take action and change their ways of doing to improve their performance. They value continuous improvement. And you, where do you stand? Are you ready to make some change? We have designed a set of performance goals to guide you. But before we see them, let's discuss a little more the areas of change that you could encounter. Are you curious to discover what new considerations will be on your mind? Will you exercise leadership in new ways to influence others to get things done? What will change in your decision-making process and interactions with others? How will you seek help and support? How will you utilize resources? On the next screen, we will present the second set of learning objectives. Review them to identify the ones that will be the most important for you to improve your day-to-day practice. Learning objectives. Performance. Let's discover the second set of learning objectives that will support change and help you improve your job performance. Through the variety of learning activities, we will guide you to self-assess your methods of getting your stakeholder analysis right. Consider strategies to improve your chances of high understanding of the project charter, especially the scope, timeline, and deliverables. Manage stakeholders who resist or ignore engagement with the approved project charter. As you go through the activities in this course, you will be challenged with new ways of doing things. Which of the objectives listed above resonate best with your learning needs? As you participate actively in the learning activities, you will experiment with new ways of thinking to answer questions, and you will share insights with peers. This course will guide you to develop enhanced abilities to perform the project management tasks at hand in various and complex situations effectively. On the next screen, we will introduce the instructional strategy. What is the instructional strategy? What is the journey made of? Now that we have introduced specific learning goals for various dimensions of learning, how will we achieve them? To give our learners the best chance of success, we have crafted a modern instructional approach with short and varied micro-learning activities. These activities are designed to cater to various learning styles and will facilitate your cognitive effort with relevant and rewarding experiences. You will observe key concepts, identify truth from misconceptions, explore self and organization's readiness, experiment with new situations, select best answers, create an analysis, discuss a mini-case, share with peers, and evaluate your learning. Next screen will show in more details what awaits ahead for the other activities in this course. Here we present a snapshot of the activities of our learning process. Observe. You will examine the importance of gaining support for the approved project charter from all stakeholders, and specific strategies you can use to ensure this happens. Explore. Have you wondered what the best practices are for reviewing and gaining support for the approved project charter? Experiment. Can you see why it's so important to gain your stakeholders' understanding upfront? What will happen if you miss the opportunity for buy-in? Create. In the mini-case, what strategies do you think will work to recover the project? What would you recommend to avoid this situation? Share. As you work with your cast of stakeholders, what approaches that you have learned in this course will you want to try first? Evaluate. The test will help you reinforce your learning. Redo as many times as needed to pass. Before you continue with the next learning activity and dive deeper into the subject matter, remember to review the step-by-step tutorial and the study roadmap. These PDF files contain valuable information. Students say that these documents save time and give useful tips to navigate smoothly. By using these tutorials, you will know how to earn maximum educational points as you complete each activity. Both tutorials are available from the Training Center and located in your course. Also, remember that it is important to allocate space and time for studying at moments that work best for you. Managing study time will help you maximize your learning outcomes and reach completion faster. The focus presentation is now completed. I hope we did a good job with this overview of learning objectives and activities, and that you now have a better idea of what to expect in this training. How does this training sound to you? Interesting? Challenging? Take a couple of minutes before you jump up to the time for action. Make a pause and take mental note of the information that was provided. How much have you already retained from this first presentation?